Hey, it's Tesla Canuck here. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a real-time review of the infotainment unit that's in the Model 3 and the Model X, because they are quite different. Some people might be thinking about, do I get a Model X, do I get a Model 3, do I get a Model S? Now, Model S, the infotainment unit, is pretty much identical as the Model X. So what I'll show you here with the Model X is going to be the same as the Model S. So I'm going to go through things like the media center, silly little things about like how to open up the glove box and look at calendar integration, browsing feature of the infotainment unit. So that's web browsing, and a couple other things that I think about along the way. So I'm going to hop from car to car and do this real time. You're going to see, boom, Model 3 and Model X. All right, hit that subscribe button, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, we're going to start this comparison off with something easy. We're going to talk about how to open the glove box. Now, in the Model 3, there's been some controversy around that because the Model 3 literally only has one button. But then again, the Model X only has two buttons, and I'm pretty sure that it's the same on the Model S. So anyhow, to open the glove box on the Model X, there's a physical button. You just reach over and you're going to hit the button like that, and you'll see that the glove box opens. So that's how it works on the Model X. Now let's hop right over to the Model 3. Let's do this real time. Okay, so the Model 3 is a little bit different because there are no physical buttons, really. There is one. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But so how do we accomplish the same thing here? Well, let's see. You have to use the giant tablet here. And what you're going to do is you're just going to go into your settings, and you'll see right there we've got Open Glove Box. So you're just going to click that, and then your glove box, well, it's going to open like that. All right, so that's the glove box. Let's move on to the next item. All right, the next item that we're going to look at is the media center. And it works a little bit differently, again, in the Model X here and S than it will in the Model 3. So what you'll notice is that in the Model X, we have a dedicated media button that you can just press on and access your media. So dedicated button, pull it up. You can search for your stuff. Up here you have your menu items, which is going to be similar in the Model 3. It's just going to look different. You've got your equalizer, and that's basically how you access your media. You can access your phone by pressing, obviously, here. Okay, there we go. Seems to be working, I think so. Yep. We've got TuneIn Radio, which you can access. Streaming, which is the Slacker integration that Tesla has in North America. I don't know why we don't have Spotify, but that's a subject for a different video. All right, so let's hop over to the Model X and see how it works there. Actually, I meant Model 3. Hop over to the Model 3. Okay, so in the Model 3, along the bottom here, well, actually, you do have a dedicated button, but it really doesn't do anything but hide or show this little bar here, which is where you access your media. So you can access the different settings, like so the phone, the TuneIn, streaming, so the Slacker stuff, and the radio. And basically, if you want to access more information about the media center, if you click once, it pulls up kind of a quick list of your favorite or recent items. And then if you click again, it pulls up a bigger list of items that you can choose from. And then hit it again, and it goes back down to basically a little tiny area there. That I use this most of the time when I'm driving. So, and then there's some quick shortcuts where if you double click on it very quickly, it'll go right to the main view where you have all of your options. All right, so that's how it works on the Model 3. All right, next item up. Let's take a look at how do you put on the hazard lights. Okay, that is the second physical button that's located in a Model X or Model S, and it's located right here, and it's a physical button. You just click it, and you can see that the hazard lights come on, and then to turn it off. All right, now let's go see how that works in the Model 3. All right, so you can see along the dash here that there is no button along the dash to put the hazard lights on. And there's no functionality within the touchscreen to put the hazard lights on. So how do you do it? Well, there is a physical button, and it's located way up. I don't know if you can see it here. Get the camera kind of, see if I can get that focused. Right here. This is how you're going to access the hazard lights. Basically turn it on. This. And we can see, oops, panned a little too much there. We can see that the hazard lights are now on. Alright, so that's how you do the hazard lights in the Model 3, and that's the difference between the Model X and Model S. Now, let's move on to some of the other interesting features. So next up, we are going to look at calendar integration. All right, so in the Model X, and this will be the same for the Model S, there is a dedicated feature here where you just press on the calendar button, and you can see it pulls up your calendar. Weekends, I like to keep my calendar free, so you're not seeing anything there. All right, so that's how you look at your calendar integration in a Model X or Model S. Now let's go see how that works with the Model 3. All right, in the Model 3, this is how you're going to access your calendar. Wait, oh, yes. Model 3 owners, we don't get that functionality yet. So basically, if you want to access your calendar, you're going to have to pull out your phone and click on your calendar, like that. There you go. That's how you access your calendar. Okay, let's see. What is next? Browser integration. Yes, let's see how you can access the web browser in the Model X and the Model 3. So let's go back to the Model X. Now, in the Model X or the Model S, there's a dedicated button for browsing, and you can see it comes up here in the bottom. I guess the last thing I was looking at was Twitter. So really great. If you want a big screen, you're supercharging, you're doing whatever, and you'll be able to access this browser and kill some time. So that's great. So let's check out and see how the browser functionality works in the Model 3. All right. So in the Model 3, this is how you access your browser. Oh, shit. Yes, that's right. Model 3 doesn't have that functionality yet. So that's too bad for us Model 3 owners. So basically, if you want to access the internet while you're supercharging, I guess you're going to have to pull out your phone and click on that browser. And there you go. That's how you're going to access the web browser in the Model 3. All right, there you have it. So there's just a quick spin around these two vehicles real time. You can see what the difference is in functionality of the infotainment unit and a couple of the car features. So basically, the last two items, the calendar, the browser, I mean, obviously that was tongue-in-cheek. We know that most Model 3 owners know that this is missing functionality, so I just thought I'd have a little bit of fun and kind of make like I didn't know. All right, thank you for watching, and as always, I appreciate your views. Please hit the subscribe button. Tesla Canuck, over and out.